Hey, welcome back guys to another tutorial. In this video we're gonna be looking at another brick in the wall, but not just particularly CD or DVD version of Pulse, but of course follow the tab because that'll be our guideline. And do check out the tone guide and backing track and tab on my Patreon. Weekly tutorials there, just like this one. Everything you need to know is below pinned in the first comment, so let's start this tutorial. Like I said, it's not going to be particularly CD or DVD version. What I tabbed and what I actually covered is mixed between CD, DVD, bunch of different bootlegs that I very much enjoy. And I've actually listened to almost 20 bootlegs. David Gilmour almost always plays different. On the DVD version, actually, David Gilmour plays... something like this. He plays something like this on the DVD version. But not just this. I've heard he plays something like this. Or he could just play like the original. Or I even heard David Gilmour play something like this. I even heard David Gilmour play something like this, you know, on the new bar David Gilmour plays something like this. You can get creative and you can just play whatever you like. I mean, in the... Oh. You know? So let's leave everything behind and start with this tab, okay? What you gotta do is... Okay? Just play this with me. Okay? The first lick is the hardest one, I promise you. Let's play this one more time. You're gonna pull off from 13 to 15, just like in the studio version or the CD DVD version. Now, you're gonna descend. Now you're gonna ascend again. Okay, what I like to do after this vibrato, do a little, you know, give it a little, this. You know, after this, I bend the 15. So when you combine these two, you're gonna sound like. Okay, and what you're gonna do now is, you see they're very close actually. You know, the first lick you play is, and after this, you're gonna do something close to that. You see? After, now what I do is, I just move my ring finger down, and important thing is to mute the other string, because you don't want to get a chaotic sound like this, you know? It's gonna be smooth, something like this. You see it? Okay, now, what you gotta do is, another classic lick here is this. But this is so overused, so I wanted to change to something easier like this one. Of course, you can play something like this, you know? So let's combine everything. Now again, we're gonna do something similar, like the first lick. You see? You see? What a great way to end this phrase, you know? You see? And on the new bar, you're gonna pick the 13 on the high E. Something like this. And if you remember the pulse version, David Gilmour plays after this, he plays something like this. But we are going to move towards that with something like, this. So again, let's combine everything. So I want to pause just a moment to remind you that you gotta practice these things, okay? Stop this video right now and practice. It's very easy to tangle with the other strings. It's very easy to mute the other strings. And there are basically a couple of licks here that you need to master. So the door's always open after that. Hope you practiced this maybe like 10 times. And now let's continue. Now what you gotta do is, what you gotta do is bend this half step. You see how I played there? Now, you see how I slide very fast. Descent, okay? Now what you gotta do is, okay, of course you gotta master the timing here, you know. Now the new bar starts. Okay, now see, after I play new bar, you gotta master the timing too. Of course, all the bars are below with the tab, but to come up with your stuff, you gotta know when to play something like this, you know? Let's play this again. Now. You see what I do here? I bend a little fast on the first one, and on the second I play a little slower. You see? Now, I do something like this. Now, what a great way to start this. Now what I want you to do is bar the top two strings of the 15th frets with your pointing finger, and then alternate between ring finger and middle finger on the 19 and 17. Now, okay, before we move any further, let's play these three phrasings, you know, from here. You see how the solo developed on itself, you know? And the binder of the solo is this. You know? Okay. Now, something very close to the first and many different licks that we played before. Okay? New bar starts, and then you're gonna wait just a minute, and then you're gonna be playing. Something like this. You see how we're always using this blues lick? You see? Now that is the main key of this Another Brick in the Wall. Same thing here, you know? My battery is about to die. So let's play this again from here. We're gonna do a filler here. Now. A little slow now. You see? I'm skipping the D string here. Now what I do is we're gonna do something like this. But again, just check the tab on where the new bar starts, you know? Now. And then what I do is I slide to 15. This is just a filler for me to get here. You see? Again, after this. Then we're gonna do something like this. You know, bend the 20. Okay. Now we're gonna finish the first solo here again. But we're gonna finish a little different. Okay? So in order to avoid confusion, let's play it from here again. Now. Okay. You see what I do here? Awesome. Alright, so let's play the first solo from start to finish and then move on to the Tim remix part, okay? Alright, before we move on to the second solo, I want to remind you that please practice the first one because the second one is a lot harder. So before you master something like this, you don't want to go any further because Tim Renwick is a crazy man. I mean, crazy genius. He's playing a little faster, he's playing some weird stuff. So before you master the easy parts, don't go further, okay? So for the second solo, I mean the Tim Renwick's part, I choose the easiest one because I'm not as fast. And the easiest one is actually the CD version. I mean the close to CD version here. So what you gotta do is you're gonna do something like this, okay? You're gonna slide from 5th to 7th. Then you're gonna slide down to 5th, to 3rd, and the first one. Okay? So after this, you're gonna do something like this. But not like, I mean, you don't have to hear everything. It's gonna be muted too. Okay? Something like this. Now, we're gonna of course continue, but let's focus on here. You're gonna slide to 5th on the low E. You see what I do here? Okay? Now, one tricky thing here is that waiting here, okay? Just a tiny bit, because without waiting here, you're not gonna feel the bar here. Okay? So wait here just a tiny bit. Give it a little vibrato. Now, you see what I do here? Okay? Okay? Now, Tim Renwick is a very wild card type of person, so he just plays however he likes, with shredding, playing fast, sliding everywhere. I mean, abusing the tremolo. We're gonna get to them, but know that so if you play this a little fast, the sliding here is a bit complicated. You have to sound like this. You see, after I slide, you have to be a little fast here. Okay? after this, you gotta be a little fast, okay? So when you play everything, then you're gonna slide down and take your tremolo here. You see? You're gonna do this 2 times. Then wait a little, then just hammer on and pull off to the 10 to 13 and just abuse the tremolo here. I'm pretty sure he played just a tiny bit different, but I mean Tim Renwick is a legendary guitar player that I can't replicate perfectly. So I do this. There is no order here, just do what you can do. But after almost 2 bars of doing this, on the new bar you're gonna pick this. Then you're gonna release. And do something like this. Let's play this again with the tremolo thing. Now what you gotta do is you gotta be a little fast again because it's Tim Renwick, the master. I'm pretty sure he played a bit different because he's a master of this keyboard. He can play different variations. He might have played something like this, but since I'm not as fast as the legend, I play something like this. Okay, 12 to 15. Now I play this. So when you combine this, you're gonna do something like this. Now we're gonna get to here because you're gonna play a little fast and fill the bars. You don't have to play this like on the original or anything. You just gotta fill the blanks. I mean, now that was a fill-in. Or you can play something like this. I mean, that was a fill-in, but important thing is you gotta finish here. Okay? On the D. On the D. You can do something like this too, but again, like I said, you gotta finish on the D here. So now, before we move further, let's play this from start, you know? A little slow. We're gonna do this a little. Now, I just filled in. It doesn't matter what you play here, as long as you land on D. Now, okay, what I do here is, but I pick and then mute. Then do something like this. Okay. Now, since this is off key, you gotta play faster. 12, 13, 15, 12, 13, 15, and then bend. And after this, you're gonna switch to the bridge pickup, okay? But let's play this again. Now, you're gonna do something like this. It's great to rake here. And then use tremolo. And after you do this, and then do something like this. I don't have enough gain, so I sound a little low volume and kind of dead. But again, what you gotta do is, let me just increase the SPC a little. What you gotta do on the G string, on the 5th fret, you're gonna... But remember, tremolo is bended. You gotta sound like this. It's not easy, I know. I couldn't do that perfectly either. You gotta do something like this. With... Now, actually, I'm gonna skip this part because I'm not very good at it. You're gonna... You're gonna do something like this, but just like we did before. You're gonna do a little muted, you know? Okay, now you're gonna do something like this. This works. This is what I did. Now you're gonna slide here. Without gain, of course, my hammer-ons are not hearable. Is that even a word? You're gonna slide to the 12th. Okay. You're gonna do something like this. Don't hesitate to use your tremolo here quite a lot. You're gonna do something like this, but listen to the original version. It's a little off tempo, you know? You know, you see, you just mute a little and do something like this. Probably it's a mistake, but it sounds very authentic. You see, there's this mini gap there where you mute everything. After this, you're gonna be here again and just fill in the bars. You can do something like this. It all depends on you. I just go up and down the scale. You can do however you like. I mean, that was one. And then after this, you're gonna land on the D again and then switch the neck again. You're gonna do something like this. But listen to the backing track. You gotta be playing this like maybe, I don't know how many times, but you're gonna do this. You see? You're gonna be after a couple of... Okay? To finish this part, we're almost there. You're gonna do something like this. $20. Okay? Very easy stuff. Now, you're gonna be picking this. It's a very long bend. You're gonna do something like this. And to finish everything, you're gonna do something like this. Then you can just switch to the bridge. Or it's the same thing. Woo! I understand the second solo is a bit harder, so let's play it from start to finish a little slow, and then we're gonna finish the tutorial. That was another brick in the wall pulse style. Please practice this. It wasn't easy to explain everything, but especially the first solo has very similar licks, so just master them and come up with your stuff too. So, now you learn how to play another brick in the wall pulse version. Don't forget to check out the pinned comment below on the first comment. You can access the tabs, tones, backing tracks, weekly tutorials just like this one on my Patreon. Project is going awesome. I'm gonna finish every David Gilmour and Pink Floyd song. And yes, that rare live solo that you absolutely love is going to be there. Also, watch this video if you want to master David Gilmour style, and watch this video if you want to get some advanced David Gilmour techniques, you know, with tabs and everything. See you guys there.